Now I want to also go to Minneapolis to see what the taxpayers, unfortunately, there were buying or were summoning up with their money. Full-on demon summoning programs, I guess, now through the art center there. I mean, that's really on the nose. A lot of people are talking about, devils and Satanism and politics. This is really on the nose, isn't it?
Well, we have a demon in the White House. So I don't think this is anything shocking to have it on a low level in Minneapolis. I think this really proves, though, to me why culture matters and why local politics matter. We all like to focus on really the big stories, what's going on in Hollywood, for example, what's going on in Washington, D.C., what Joe Biden is doing this week, whether it be sunning himself on the beach or saying no comment about dead Americans. But this really shows why what is happening in your local school district, what is happening in your local libraries really matters, because this is the root of the problem. It's the fact that you can have someone summoning demons for cash and you're paying for it. And really, a few years ago, really before the internet was as powerful as it is, I doubt we would have even heard about this story nationally. So I think it should really be a warning sign to people that this is happening in neighborhoods across the country, and it's about time we wake up to it.
When the artist herself was saying that she was hearing voices and she believes these are demons coming to her, and then she says, well, don't we all hear these voices of the demons? And we're like, no, that's
Nope.
a you exactly, no, that's a you problem. Again, prayers for people to be expunged of that, exercise of that. But also remind me of Ellen Page, the actress. I remember when she talked about her transition story. Now she wants to go by Elliot and say she's a man. And I mean, she looks like just the hollow shell of her former self. But she also talked about, I forgot to what magazine, in an interview, and she was saying that she was hearing voices and she was doing self-harm, and the voice said it doesn't have to be this way. And basically she got in her head that maybe she's a guy. So I'm just going to say there's a weird pattern that you're seeing more and more of these voices that people say are speaking to them that are leading them down very, very dangerous paths. And again, we're seeing a lot of devil imagery in media, and I know a lot of them think that they're mocking Christians and Jews and other religious groups in America, but really these people, they're the butt of their own jokes. Would you say that really the devil's the one laughing at them, because look what they're promoting?
Well, there's two levels of really deep immorality here. And it's one, you have a lot of people just trying to squeeze as much money as they can out of this. I don't really believe this demon woman in Minneapolis. She might be a little crazy, but the fact that she's being paid for it is a bit of a red flag to me. But we've also seen in the last really decade, mental illness has just been elevated to the point where we're embracing people's delusions. That's really what the entire transgenderism movement is based on. It's not about compassion or empathy or sympathy for people's struggle. It's about embracing the delusion that you can change your gender just at the flick of a switch. And if we're going to embrace that delusion, why wouldn't we embrace further delusions that demons are talking to you and all these kind of nonsense that I simply don't believe? And so I think it's, again, if we're just going to embrace crazy people and rather than help them fuel their craziness, this is what we're going to get. And we're paying for it as well. I don't want to stress, I think we need to stress that enough. We are paying for this nonsense.